Okay, so here we are at the inaugural Sorrow Eternal podcast. We are your Sorrow Eternal guys. Got Mermaider and Hell 22 here. We're hanging out with Chester, who's an outsider. He's going to be giving us his opinions and some insight on some of the albums we talk about and review. So, Chester, what's going on?
Not much.
Chester here is a rapper, so he's really on the outside, far from metal. So basically our blog is just reviews on new and old albums.
It's been mostly new so far, on the newer end.
Yeah.
But we'll get into some of the classic stuff later.
I've only read 2.
Well, basically our goal is to just let everybody know out there the underground stuff that people are missing that you don't hear on the radios or on TV.
There really is no metal radio anymore, so without
unfortunately
blogs like ours, there's really no way to find new music. It's just blogs and going to live shows. So we're trying to give you something to look forward to. We've got a bunch of reviews up. I mean, right now we're looking at one a day, but we'll settle into a routine so you got something to look at every time you click, which you should do very often.
Yes. Make sure you tell your friends too.
Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah, I mean, if you like metal as much as we like metal, then this is something you'll be interested in.
Definitely the site for you.
Yep. We work hard doing this, and this is what we do. We are around music all the time, and that's what we do. It's what we listen to. It's what we think about. It's what we talk about. Our lives are pretty boring, actually, when you think about it, because it's really all we do is think, talk, and discuss metal. So this is perfect. So a couple of reviews. I know we posted a couple this week. We got Datma.
Oh yeah, the new Datma album.
Yeah, which excellent album. Really some strong female vocals on there.
I never even heard of them until recently.
Yep, so it's a new one. Guess they were only formed a couple years ago, and it was kind of one guy thinking like, "Hey, I want to put this together," and surrounded himself with some good musicians to make it happen. Nice female fronted, almost. I would say it's the closest thing to operatic metal that you're going to find, now, since Tarza left Nightwish, at least. Yeah, it's sad. Mermaider posted a review. Another band. What was that band? Tercivil.
They are awesome. If you're looking for some real pagan metal, it's almost just like straight Viking metal that is getting drunk and sailing.
It sounds like Viking metal and pirate metal all mixed into one.
But the cover was interesting. I figure I'd check it out, and it really blew me away.
Well, hey, you know what? While we're on that topic, let's talk about metal artwork and how looking at an album cover can usually give you a great idea of whether or not you're going to be into it.
Yes, definitely. If I don't like the artwork immediately, I will just skip it. You can almost tell the genre, or you can tell the genre immediately from either the artwork of the album or the writing of the name of the band on the cover. Especially
the black metal bands have that. You can't even read most of their the wording and the logos.
Yeah.
And we're not telling you to judge, a book by its cover, so to speak. But eventually you
get an idea.
Yeah, you get to the point where you can start to do that. I mean, we don't expect Chester here. If I pointed the Nightwish thing over there, I mean, you might not know, what kind of music they are by the font.
I was just about to say, man, Nightwish and Mastodon's album, they all look the same to me.
Yep, we've been trying to. Now, we did get Mr. Chester here, I know, is a fan of Catatonia at this point. Really digging that, so that's good. What got you into that?
Just the melodies that they play.
That's the thing about metal, is that it's not all screaming and bitching, and there's so much more to it.
People really put metal into just one genre that they all think is reckless screaming and devil worshipping, and a lot of it's not. Most of it's not.
Yeah,
but
that's such a small subsect.
The other day, Chester, I think you were listening to one of Draconian's albums.
Yep.
Turning Seasons Within, right? Was their newest album that they did, and you were.
It was whatever was on Hell 22's
Zune
at the time.
That
antique of a Zune.
I was surprised when I heard you blasting. I didn't even know if you knew what that was, and I didn't know that you were using his Zune. But you said you liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's a little different, right? From
Made
what
work
you,
go by a lot faster.
So we have a review of that album coming up this week. That's one of the next ones on deck. Definitely, if you haven't heard Draconian before, now is the time. They have a new album coming out
That's right.
in a couple months, so that'll be. I mean, we've been waiting for that since Turning Season Within came out, and that was what, 2008.
Yep, 2008.
They never tour around here. They always, they
I don't
play.
think, I don't think they've ever been to America.
They've only played like 20 shows in the existence of the band, according to the information on their site.
It's a shame.
Yeah, but
We already have one review up right now. Arcane Rain Fell.
yeah, that was your favorite of their albums, right?
Yeah, that was their 2005 album.
That's good information. You should have prepared. Really, we're just kind of talking from the cuff here. We're just kind of, this is a conversation that we would have on a regular basis, and I think that's important for the people whoever's going to listen to this. This is what we do. So we want to talk about this, and it might seem disjointed at times. We might not make any sense. There might be odd noises in the background. We are actually in the Sorrow Eternal headquarters right now, which, despite such a sad, ominous name, is brightly blue and white painted. But yeah, we're surrounded by musical stuff, which kind of makes this even better. But
Couple guitars. We need a keyboard in here.
we do need a keyboard in here. This
I
will
was gonna
also
bring
double as
mine.
our rehearsal space when we start to jam again.
Yep. Get the little drum set. You were thinking about getting a drum set.
Yeah, like put a drum set up here. Get a band together.
So needless to say, we're a little bit far from being Headbangers Ball.
Yeah, we're not,
We're not MTV affiliates yet.
nor will we ever be.
No, yeah.
Can't tell you the last time I saw a metal video on MTV.
I can't tell you the last time I've seen a video.
That's true, that's true.
I mean, music television has really just turned to RTV, reality television.
Unfortunately. We are now on Twitter. Sorrow Eternal is our name. Spell it the same way you would spell the site. We'll be posting on there whenever we have a new review coming up, or if anything's going on with the site. We're putting together our team right now of people to make this work.
What were you saying before about...
Oh, how Ozzy owes the government $1.7 million. Didn't pay his taxes. He left that to someone else to do, and, well, that didn't work out so well. Sharon Osbourne actually posted on her Twitter that she'd learned her lesson, and from now on she'll just do it herself. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll get Ozzy to stop by the headquarters here and do an interview.
Hey, he just did a little commercial with Justin Bieber, so I mean...
Yeah, times are desperate.
Yeah, when are you posting that Justin Bieber review on the site, Chester?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Justin Bieber's new album?
Yeah.
Which one, the Never Say Never remixes, or are you talking about 2.0?
The fact that all those things is somewhat troublesome, but that's something that needs mentioned. We're not just doing good reviews. There are going to be bad ones, and unfortunately, there are bands that we like who they come out with bad albums. It happens. So while most of our reviews thus far have been, pretty positive, there are a couple that were not. Elven King, which is a band that we both like a lot, but their album was Bon Jovi-esque.
It's a very interesting review that I think...
It's Aerosmith, dumbass.
Same thing. It's all the same shit.
Chester.
What were you saying there, Mermaider?
I'm just trying to liven it up.
Yeah, definitely check out that review. It's got some good information on that album. You wouldn't expect if you were before listening to it. The album cover was fine. I mean, it was...
Red Silent Tides?
Yeah.
Yeah, the album cover was great. It's typical, Elven King style.
Yep. So I was expecting the usual, I guess, at least.
Didn't get that this time. There's the violin's still there. There's still some great aggressive parts, but the vocals just...
Yeah.
I actually, I mentioned in the review, it sounds like Bon Jovi started an Elven King tribute band. That's about as bad as it could possibly be for a band like that.
Bon Jovi.
I know, Mermaider, you just posted a review of Chimera's album, Resurrection.
I did. Their 2006 album, Resurrection, my favorite album, personally. They did come out with one recently.
The Infection.
The Infection, which I'll be following up with in the next couple of weeks here. Yeah, Resurrection's a solid album. Definitely check out the review for it. Powerful, vocals and heavy breakdowns. Feel like you don't really get that a lot nowadays from metal bands. A lot of bands are straying more towards the hardcore scene with their constant breakdowns and
which is unfortunate.
Basically, no solos or talent.
It's funny though. It's funny you say that because so many years ago, when the Mermaider was getting into the music, he went through a hardcore phase.
Hey, I had my gateways.
Yep, you. What did you just say?
Gateway drugs.
No.
Oh, gateway.
I heard what you
I
heard.
had my gateways. I had my gateways. Silly. Anyway, back on topic. So you got into hardcore, and hey, you know what? You're right. It's a gateway, and sometimes as you listen to more hardcore, and then you start to slip a little more to the metal side.
Yeah. Well, once you find out the more stuff that certain bands are doing and are able to do that are just so much more impressive. Really makes you look back at the old stuff and make you wonder why you ever listened to it. But it was all new to me at some point. Even today, still now, moving on, I've really gotten more into even black metal, more of what I've been listening to lately than anything else.
Now, in case, for those of you who are listening to this and either haven't read the site or, aren't as big into metal as we are, black metal is a little more to the evil and dark side of metal. The vocals tend to be screeching, along with like the guttural screams, a lot of distortion. Sometimes the production is done poorly on purpose, which seems so funny in the digital age. It would be like for Chester here to record his rap album in a garage, with his dad's car running next to him. It's just sometimes it comes off like that. But,
a baby crying in the background.
baby crying in the background, yeah, but don't edit that out. That's fine.
With the windows rolled up.
Yep. Oh man, what's wrong with you?
When we're talking about metal, dark metal.
Evil and darkness.
Like, how do you break up the genres of metal? Because I don't really understand. Like, Metallica is as metal as I get, really.
Well, when you think about it, let's take it from your end. On the rap side, you got your Dirty South, and you got your East Coast and your West Coast, and all that, all of the. It's basically 100 ways of saying the same thing. In metal, you really one genre to the next, you wouldn't even know it's the same style of music. Power metal, for instance, Stradivarius is one of the tops in power metal. Blind Guardian, same thing. It's very usually up tempo. It's called power metal for a reason. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel empowered, and that's I think that kind of gets lost in the shuffle. But a lot of the singer with the high vocals and the operatic style. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Then you got death metal, which is exactly what it says it is. Usually the lyrics are a lot darker. That's usually more deep screams.
A little more violent.
Growling, especially in the brutal death metal where they're, you can't see me doing quotes, but brutal, where they're really talking about, cutting people to bits. Let's see, what else do we have? Doom metal, which is, a lot of what we listen to, I think on a regular basis kind of falls into that doom. Swallow the Sun, which is kind of like doom metal mixed with death metal. Like doom metal is just, at its base, it's just depressing. It's just
depressive, slow tempo.
Yeah, tends to be a little bit deeper. My Dying Bride.
Funeral.
Yep.
Funeral
I mean,
type stuff.
Sometimes you got to sit down and just you're not listening to it on a sunny day. Let's just say that. And if you are, you're probably in a dark room.
It's definitely raining outside.
Yeah.
Today.
Like today.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, like today.
But Swallow the Sun's a great one. Even Draconian kind of fits into that.
Oh, absolutely.